Welcome to our Marking Progress presentation, Putting the Guidelines to Work for your ETB. This project has its roots in a vision of inclusion of those with unmet literacy and numeracy needs. The figures from the most recent PX survey tell us that 42% of adults in Ireland have unmet digital literacy needs, 25% of unmet numeracy needs, and 18% of unmet literacy needs. If we are to move forward together as a resilient society and ensure that no one is left behind, these figures need to change. As far back as January 2020, the Department of Social Protection had published its Roadmap for Social Inclusion, with the plan to reduce consistent poverty to 2% and to make Ireland one of the most socially inclusive countries in Europe. Of course, the new 10-year strategy for adult literacy, numeracy and digital literacy is also close to being launched, or possibly has been launched at the time you are listening to this. The strategy will take a whole-of-government approach and provide a framework of support for individuals working on these core skills. The Marking Progress project is based on the body of research that you see on this slide. These reports were commissioned by SOLACE, ETBI and NALA, and written by Dr. Maggie Feely and Dr. Anne Hagerty. Published in April 2020, the reports mark the first time that family literacy practices in ETBs were researched at a national level in Ireland. They highlight the immense commitment, scale and creativity in the area and the need to support it. The background research report provides extra detail on the research findings that form the basis of the recommendation and guidelines. The guidelines themselves, numbering 14 in total, are divided into 3 separate areas within the report. The first section, taking time to think about family literacy, is to do with reflection and action informed by reflection, areas for each ETB to think and talk about when developing a family literacy strategy. The second section, developing and delivering learner-centred programs, is about the practice, the courses, programs, publicity, recording and sharing of success, and most importantly, ensuring that no one gets left behind and those with the greatest need have priority access to provision. The third group of guidelines is about future-proofing, ensuring the ongoing stability and relevance of the provision, and gathering qualitative and quantitative data to illustrate the extent and success of the work throughout the country. Important themes that have emerged in the family literacy guidelines are the success of the learner-centred ethos that is so integral to ETBs, the advantages of adequate resourcing, reflection, a collaborative approach both within ETBs and with other organisations, training and CPD for staff, the possibilities of a shared resource bank and the power of meaningful evaluation and data collection. Some milestones in our project include our shared space, which went live in February 2021, and includes case studies of great family literacy practice from all across Ireland. We have also had a series of family literacy guidelines workshops, where participants have had the space to become familiar with the guidelines themselves and also to collaborate with colleagues and peers about ways to help implement the guidelines in their own ETBs. Marking Progress project is so aware of the wonderful work being carried out across the country by ETBs and would like to work in a supportive way with participating ETBs to facilitate an awareness of the guidelines that will lead to their successful implementation at local levels, and ultimately to facilitate inclusion of those with unmet literacy, numeracy and digital literacy needs.